Welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here, and if this is your very first time that you're tuning in, you're welcome. Thank you so much. You know I love you. And to my returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back. Yes, I appreciate your love and support. Thank you so much. So today there is something very strong in my heart that I've decided to share with you guys. You're welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. Today there's something so strong I would like to share with you guys, and it's common amidst life circumstances. Yes, and it's the topic of healing from past hurts, letting go. You know, life circumstances shows so many things at us at our very early days in life, from when you are able to know what is good from that which is bad, when you are able to differentiate from doing the right and the wrong, and then we grow older in phases of life, and then we come to realize that those that have gone ahead of us have always kept us through the sayings of life, and they've always been a source of support and guide to our life. But when we fall into odds, when we fall into the feeling of odds in our life, it tends to draw us back away from the activity of life, so to say. Maybe at your workplace you are being laid up from work. At school there is a failure that occurred. In the family there is unhappiness, there is conflict. In the church there are so many things that are going on that you are not so happy about, and you tend to get a bad feeling, you tend to get hurt from those things, and there is a withdrawal. Yes, that's the word. There is a withdrawal. And then, life is in phases. There's a saying that says tough time don't last, but tough people do. Life is in different phases, and you don't know certain things until you get there. You can't be sure of certain things that will occur until you find yourself in that place. For instance, you find yourself in a relationship that is going well, moving well, and both of you are communicating together, both of you are growing together, you are getting to know each other better, you are progressing even in your relationship, and suddenly there is a shift. There is this closure that comes with that there's this closure that comes in the relationship, and a little bit you tend to feel a little bit itchy, like, why is this happening, why is this going on, I didn't plan for this, I didn't plan for that. And then maybe your partner begins to show signs of your partner begins to show signs of mistrust, your partner begins to show signs of disloyalty, and then you begin to question yourself, why is this happening to me, what am I not doing right, what have I done wrong? And there's several questions that comes to mind. I want you to understand that odds is bound to happen in every of our relationship, like our phase of life. Odds is bound to happen. The feeling of odds is something that we cannot escape. But when that happens, you know we have to accept that, yes, this has happened. I'm coming to the acceptance, I'm coming to the affirmation that, okay, this has happened, I've been hurt, I've been abused, I've been spoken ill of, but what is the next thing I'm to do? What is my standpoint? What is that which will become of me after this feeling? Well, I've come to let you know that the strength and power lies within you. The ability to overcome this feeling of odds, the ability to let go lies within you, and you just have to light it up. You have to enact that strength in you, because frankly speaking, there's nobody that can heal you from your odds. There's nobody that can heal you from the feeling of odds other than you. There's nobody that can encourage you from the feeling of odds other than you. You just have to do it by yourself. And one of the things I'll be talking about is forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. You have to come to the realization of forgiving yourself. First and foremost, you forgive the other party, you let it go in your mind, and then you forgive yourself. Most often, people tend not to forgive themselves from situations. People tend not to forgive themselves from hurt. They blame themselves, they throw words at themselves, and the more you keep pushing false blame, the more you keep throwing ill words at yourself, the more negativity comes in place, the more your mind tends to disagree to that which is happening around you. So you have to forgive yourself. You have to let out your emotions. You can speak about it. You can get people around you, maybe your friends, parents, partner, anybody that you can rely on. You can just let out your emotions. Cry if you want to cry. Yes, it's good to cry. Cry if you want to cry. Let out your emotions, shout, vent your anger. So forgive yourself, and that way it will help you to boost your healing. Yes, it will help you to boost your healing. Moving forward, the second thing I'll be talking about is letting go. You have to let go and give room for improvement. You have to value yourself. You have to give room for love. You have to love yourself. Like I used to say, first and foremost, you have to love yourself, because it is what you have that you will give out. It is when you love yourself, it is when you care much about yourself, that is what you will let out. So you have to let that feeling. Yes, so the last thing, which is not the list I'll be discussing about on healing from past hurts, is reliability on God's love. Yes, God is love. Certainly, God is love, and He wants you to be loved. Yes, He wants you to be loved. His love is everlasting, and He has shown forth that love because He cares about you, He cares about your humanity. Yes, and one thing that baffles me about God's love is because God's love is peaceful. Yes, God's love is peaceful. God's love has no God's love is not limited. Yes, God's love is everlasting. It's not the love of man that just comes and goes, but the love of God is peaceful. And when we rely on God's love, there is this joy that flows in our hearts. There is this satisfaction that comes with it. There is this knowing of peace that comes with relying on God's love. And we are never hurted. Yes, we are never hurted by God's love. We are never struck by God's love. It's something that just flows in us and within us. And it is easier for us to spread and share God's love within us and around us when we have that love at work in us. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you've learned one or two things, and if value has been added to you, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Till I see you on my next video, I leave you with peace.